Hello, I'm going to be giving you a comprehensive tutorial on how the heck to center a div. It's going to be super easy, and let's just get into it. So, one of the first things that we want to do is create a index.html file. So, you can, before we start, you can use whatever text editor you want. You don't have to use mine. Although if you do want mine is just NeoVim with a pre-built thing called NVShad, I think is what it's called. Go ahead and install it. You can follow the installer. NeoVim install right here. Here's the install. And install it. There's plugins. Highly extensible code editor. Does have a high learning curve though. You can use Notepad, you can use VS Code, you can use whatever you want. So, we're going to create a file called index.html, so touch index.html, and then we're also going to create a directory called CSS, so that way if ever we want to blow up our project, expand our project, not blow up, don't blow up the projects. Bad idea. Dynamite and programming, they don't really mix. So, npm CSS, and then inside of that CSS, we're going to create another file called styles.css. So touch css/styles.css. Touch css/styles.css. There we go. And we can double check. Cool. Styles, CSS, index.html. Cool. We're good to go. Now open up your text editor. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm smashing buttons. Don't smash buttons on your text editor. It is a bad idea. Try that again. Now go ahead and open up your index.html file that you created. And then the first thing that we're going to do, HTML5. Cool. If you're using VS Code, this should also work. Maybe you just see it autocomplete. Nice. What this does, it just creates some boilerplate. If you're not using a text editor with boilerplate, don't worry. The important things are this doctype HTML, okay? This HTML tag, you don't even need the language thing, it just needs to exist. This head tag, this other head tag that ends with the slash, and then body and then closing body tags, along with the closing HTML tag. And then the other important things would be the link with href css/style.css and the rel of style sheet. All this does is it references our style sheet and it tells the browser, hey, this is a style sheet, not anything else. And we also have a title over here. We can pop in like center a div. Wow, so cool. We're so cool. Because you are so cool. Now, we go ahead and create our div, which is going to be simple. Oh my god. So div class is centered and ID is box. And then we're going to have another thing inside of it, /div first of all, and then h1, I am centered. Wow. /h1. Cool. Now that we're done, we can go over this. Class is centered. Classes are like IDs, except they're not specific to one thing. They're just a collection of them. And IDs are target specific, so you can only have one within your whole entire HTML document. Their identification for an element. Simple as that. Now, we can do .centered, okay? And the reason we're doing a class is because you might want to apply this to multiple different elements, not just this one. And within this centered class, we're going to do position absolute. This allows our element to be moved wherever the heck we want. Top 50%, left 50%. Cool. Done. Nice. Good job. Transform, translate, -50%, -50%. Now this might be a little confusing, because, wait a minute, didn't we just transform, translate it 50% one direction, so that way it's centered? This is actually relative to our object space, is what I call it. This is relative to our world space, so the space outside of the object. Now, we can go ahead and stylize our box to however we want. So we have our box, oh my god, our box, background, color, let's make it like nice color. Cool. Let's set its color, so it's text color. That's all this does. To white. It's confusing, I know. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. It's fine. Color, text. Background color, the background color. Simple. Now, let's resize our div, because by default, you cannot see divs. If you didn't know that and you're confused on what a div is, now you know. We can do width, 20 or 40 VW, and height, 35 VW. All VW does, or VW and VH does, is the same thing as percentages, except imagine it's applied to what you can see. So that does not include the tabs and all of that, see over here. This includes the area, so the width of this and the height of this in percentages. Easy. So width 40 VW, height 35 VW, V8. And maybe we can round the corners a little bit, so like a border radius 20 pixels. That just rounds the corners to the radius of 20 pixels. Simple as that. Now, we can save it, and now we can run it. We're good to go. So just go ahead and open up a new thing. CD, go to our project directory, and then we can go ahead and run our index.html file. We can just run this locally. I'm gonna do this through the thing, because why not? Once you're in your project directory, you can go ahead and open up your HTML file. It's gonna open up your browser. It's not gonna work for reasons that are beyond me. Cause of course. Classic issue. We did not rename it to our styles. It was initially named styles. Now, we should save it and then it'll work. See, now it's nice and centered. But you can notice our text is not centered. So in order to fix that, it's a simple little fix. Just going over to here. And within our centered thing, I'm gonna do text align center and align content center. Or is it the other way around? No, this is right, yeah. I get them mixed up sometimes because it's weird, like that. CSS is weird. Anyways, this just aligns the text to the center of the box, the flow, state, or whatever. So like up here, you know, and then align content aligns it vertically, so to the center of the screen. After we've done that, we can see it is now centered properly. And then we can go ahead and like resize and all that just by resizing over here. And we can actually check out what I mean by the world space and the object space. We can see if we move this up and down, we can see that it moves in a world space, and then we can see this just shifts the origin of that object. Let's say we want to turn this off and set this to 0, 0, as it would be by default. You can see that's where 0, 0 is relative to the object. We can turn this back on, and we can notice that it does indeed translate the whole object to the center of its object. We can go ahead and reset these now. It's centered, it's centered, it's centered. Cool. Text align, align content just align. So this is content, surprise, surprise. Who knew? Text align aligns the text to the center. So now we can change its width, and it stays centered. How beautiful is that? I'm gonna adjust our screen width manually just by moving this back and forth. It's great. That's how to center a div. That's it. It's as simple as that. No further explanation needed. If you do have any questions, go ahead and check out the comments. Good day.